Tonight, the presidential primary race moving on to battleground Michigan as Donald Trump finds himself facing another potential legal hurdle. The Manhattan DA asking the judge for a gag order in the former president's hush money case before the trial next month. It comes hours before polls open in Michigan. Mr. Trump taking on Nikki Haley days after beating her in a landslide in her home state, South Carolina. And just in, President Biden raising hopes of a new ceasefire in Gaza. When he says it could happen. Also tonight, just released the dramatic body cam from the deadly shooting at Joel Osteen's megachurch, what it reveals. Also tonight, the disturbing protest, the active duty U.S. airman live streaming as he lit himself on fire outside the Israeli embassy in Washington, shouting, quote, "Free Palestine." We've now learned he has died from his injuries. The deadline to avert a government shutdown just 4 days away. Can Congress cut a deal in time? The college wrestler found dead in his Kentucky dorm, a fellow student charged, and now we've learned they were teammates. The American couple in the Caribbean, their yacht hijacked by escaped prisoners. The mystery, what happened to them? And as Beyonce tops the country charts, we're settling up for the historic ride through her hometown.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening and welcome on this eve of the Michigan presidential primaries, where Donald Trump hopes to continue to run the table on Republican challenger Nikki Haley. But today, the former president reminded once more that not all of his battles are at the voting booth. The Manhattan district attorney asking the judge in the criminal hush money case against Mr. Trump to impose a partial gag order, citing Mr. Trump's long history of making public and inflammatory remarks in proceedings against him. That case is scheduled to go to trial late next month, around the time Mr. Trump could be close to clinching the nomination. Meantime, tomorrow's Michigan primary could also expose challenges President Biden is facing in the run to November. Gabe Gutierrez reports.
Tonight, former President Trump facing another potential legal battle. Manhattan DA Alvin Bragg asking for a gag order banning Mr. Trump from commenting on witnesses, prosecutors, or jurors to protect the integrity of the upcoming trial, where he's accused of falsifying business records to cover up hush money payments to a porn star. The Republican frontrunner has slammed the case as a political effort by a Democratic DA to derail his presidential campaign. All of it as Nikki Haley ramps up her attacks on Mr. Trump.
Donald Trump is now turning the Republican Party into his own playpen.
Haley in Michigan today after a landslide defeat in her home state, South Carolina. And now a key conservative group created by the billionaire Koch brothers says it will stop donating to the Haley campaign, writing, "We don't believe any outside group can make a material difference to widen her path to victory." The former president, now having won the first 4 contests by wide margins, is looking ahead to the general election.
We're going to look at Joe Biden, and we're going to look him right in the eye. He's destroying our country, and we're going to say, "Joe, you're fired."
Tomorrow's primary here in Michigan is high stakes, not just for Haley, but for President Biden, who's facing fierce backlash over the Israel-Hamas war.
Free Palestine!
Voters from Michigan's huge Arab-American population have demanded the president support a ceasefire. Some now plan to vote uncommitted in protest.
My direct message to President Biden is that you cannot continue to use my American tax dollars to aid and abet in an ongoing genocide of my people.
Late today, President Biden said he hopes for a deal to release the hostages held by Hamas soon.
My hope is by next Monday we'll have a ceasefire.
About the election. Governor Gretchen Whitmer is a national co-chair of Biden's campaign. What if uncommitted has a strong showing in this primary?
I think there will be a sizable number of votes for uncommitted. I think that it is every person's right to make their statement about what's important to them.
Whitmer now under pressure to deliver the state for President Biden, and she brushes off voter concerns about his age, saying the president could serve until he's 86.
He's got an incredible amount of accomplishments done, and I have every confidence in his ability to serve out a full second term.
Should alarm bells be going off for the Biden campaign in Michigan?
Well, I think Michigan's the kind of state you can never take for granted.
What do you say to those people within the Democratic Party who would like a candidate, a younger candidate such as yourself, to replace President Biden?
I would say the train's out of the station, get on.